Okay, we are back after a long wait. We are gonna check something real quick. Looks like we're all good to go on the recording. Okay. So long time no fly. Let's see what we got going here. I know we got fuel. I updated this to match what we had last time. I did have to tax it down from where it auto put the plane, but looks like we got a little more fuel in the right tank. So just as a little cheating precaution here, we're gonna make sure we are pulling from the... Oh, no. What an interesting... Yeah, okay. All right. I'll take that one. That's my bad. Here we go. There we go. All right, we're back up and running. We're back up and running. See, a little rusty. Little rusty indeed. Okay, so I had to go review. It's been so long. I had to go review some of the previous videos and find out where we were at, and what we were doing. So I know we were going cross country. Obviously, that has not changed. And I think we had planned on following the old Mississippi all the way down till we got down to Nolens. So I don't intend on changing course from that. That's still the plan of record. But yeah, I figure we will do that and enjoy the time catching up. And from there, I mean, what else is there to do and not like, right? So let's take a good quick look at the old girl. She's looking excellent. Looking excellent. Okay. All right, so let's kill the parking brake. And I think we're gonna take off. Let's see, what was the 36? So probably runway 18, which is out that way. And then we will start heading south, maybe hang out at 2,000 feet, I think is gonna be the plan. So let's check our flaps here. Always start to run away. We're gonna go 1 notch. We're gonna give ourselves a little float right here. We're gonna make sure we're trimmed appropriately, and we're gonna start getting ready to take off here. We're gonna be just nice and smooth, nice and easy. Yep, I see the car coming. There we go. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Okay. Flaps are up. Manifold pressure dropped back a little bit. I did not check the mixture. I will we'll work on that here in just a minute. We're gonna get up to about maybe 1,000 feet because it's really flat here, so I'm not too worried about running into any land obstructions. We'll get up to about 1,000 feet, maybe 1,200, level off, and from there we will start working on the fuel mixture and getting things set up. We were following the river super close, and we will continue to do so. Let's see, level, there we go. So we're gonna trust that for a minute here, and then we got this. Let's go ahead and we're gonna be able to see the fuel burn hopefully reduce. We're gonna keep pulling power back until we start getting some performance reduction here. Oh, I hear a little dip there. It seems to, oh, there we go. So I think that's about the threshold that we're gonna work with. Okay, 7 gallons per hour. It's been a while, but I do recall, I think that's about where we were at before. Let me confirm. So that's for landing gear. This is going to be park brake. I had one other. Oh, is this? Yeah, this is the heading bug. That's right. Okay. Remembering the controls here. So if you've been following the channel a little bit, I have. There we go. That's the autopilot deal. All right, let's trim old girl down a little bit. There we go. we go. Okay. Anyways, if you have followed the channel a little bit, you will have seen where we're adding iRacing content. We've been doing some American Truck Simulator, and so we took a break from this. We're gonna roll this back a little bit. From Flight Sim, and just as a, I guess as an aside, my sim rig. It's not a super, like, I just put this back together today, the flight sim part of it. It's not actually as big of an undertaking as I thought it was going to be. Like, fortunately, I made it fairly modular. I still thought that it was more of a process, and it really is. But it was just a matter of setting it back in place, throwing the two retaining bolts that I have, or through bolts that I have to retain the location, and then, yeah, putting up the keyboard and plugging it in, plugging the joystick and throttle in, and it was good to go. So I did have a big update from Microsoft Flight Sim, but that's, you know, ancillary to the actual peripheral connections. So yeah, that is part of why it's been a little bit on a hiatus. So I had to go check back through my video log. I knew on the channel I had 3 episodes. I didn't know if I had already filmed the 4th. Turns out I have. So before I've even posted the 4th, I'm creating this one, which is the 5th. I will edit the 4th. It's kind of long. I think I know for sure it'll be over an hour. I think it was an hour and 15 or an hour and 40. I can't remember. Number 4 is sticking out to me. But on just the first clip of it, and then there's like a 15-minute clip because I had, as I'm sure you all could have come to expect, I crashed. So that is that. And yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on with it. So that's why, part of why it's been on a little hiatus, because I did have this set back up for driving simulators. But again, I think it'll be manageable enough to do both. So I'd like to bank some videos, or bank some footage at least, and then I can actually edit the footage into videos. So that would be ideal if I could get that working. Oh, excuse me. Let's see here, 2996. Why can't I change the barometer here? Previously, that's like all I could change. Oh, that's the heading bug, okay. 2995, okay, weird. Oh man, that would be a great field to land in over there. Anyways, still in beautiful wherever we're at. I have no idea. We were at what, M51 or LA? I think we were LA 40. So let's give a little check here. Let me do a little googly search on the old iPhone. Oh, not LA4, LA 40. Let's see. Airport. FL Broughton, Louisiana. So we are in Louisiana. I couldn't remember. I knew that we were heading to Louisiana. But again, a little rusty on what all's going on and stuff like that. So nav lights are on, strobe lights are on, landing lights are not, pulse lights are there. I guess not on standby, not 110%. I need to refamiliarize myself with the plane. But man, oh man. But yeah, I think this is going to be a short reintroduction here. I don't know if I'm going to plop it into other clips and make it one longer video or shorter. I know I have some plans coming up here. Man, that guy's really close to the ground. I guess he's landing. But yeah, I have some plans coming up here, so I'm going to have to drop off. But Let's see how far south we can get here. I guess this is a 35 nautical mile range. Maybe 2 LS3? That'd be a good one. Ooh, LSU. Ooh. I'm not a, like, Tiger person, like, go Tigers, LSU, but, you know, for those who are Coach Ogeron fans, you know, it's cool. It's cool. See anything good here? Just trying to see if there's anything. I don't see anything crazy. I think we'll keep heading south here. There's the Simisport Airport, 22 LA. Let's see. Just take that off the chart there. So this is gonna go down to LS3. Seems like it wouldn't be a terrible spot, and that might be close to this airspace, which could be good. Let's head for 2 LS3. If where is 2 LS3? Man, that must be a ways out. It's like less than 30 nautical miles. So it's a little surprising, but unless my eyes are just really bad, and that's super possible. No, 2 LS3. Yeah. Okay. We can do this. Let's do active, add destination to. Hopefully, I'm not running into anything right now. LS. So we're flying solo. 2 LS3 done and done. Back and back. Let's do map. Boom, okay. So we're actually not going to go direct there. I think we're gonna follow the river a little bit longer. Let's see, what does it say? 31 nautical miles, yeah. So it'll be all right. Yeah, we're just gonna follow the river here. I think we might even do a little bit of low flying here. Let's see, boom. Beautiful farmland out there. I am a huge fan of that. Yeah. Anyways, it is super good to be back. You know, work and life has been busy, as you probably heard me say on some of the other content, if you've watched any of it. And if you haven't, and you're interested, give it a try. American Truck Sim's a little bit more of the leisure kind of driving, relax sim, a little bit of an economical or economic aspect to it. I'm not playing it super hardcore, so I'm not exploiting all of the, you know, kind of business features of it. But despite that, still a super fun game, still a super fun time, and check it out. Kind of a good, relaxing driving sim. And then we're adding iRacing to the queue, which I'm excited about just because that's what I have. That is what I used to run all the time. I mean, I played a lot of iRacing in my day, just on account of being involved in racing and really enjoying that being one of my kind of passions. So excited to bring that back. Did a little bit of practice this week. I think we're going to do some more maybe this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to get a video out with my brother involved this week. He's pretty tied up, pretty busy. But I'm going to still try to get at least a Mustang video out. Don't know if I'll do an F4 run if he's not going to be racing, but in either case, it should be really good. So should be really good, and I'd like to start doing some more VAT sim stuff. I say more. I would like to start doing any VAT sim stuff. And really start to kind of get into some recreational training for a private pilot's license. Not looking to actually do that anytime super soon. Have some other priorities in the pipeline, but still would like to, you know, it's never a bad thing to practice, so I think it'd be a good, I'm really fortunate to have some really cool resources to have some really functional and enjoyable practice. So anyways, hoping to get into some of that and do some of that. So we will see. I've been doing a little bit of research to try to prep and not be like a total loser at it. So more to come on that. Should be fun and exciting. We will hopefully see that welcome addition here in the not too distant future. So I think what I'm gonna do here, by the way, is just split off at the end of this fork. I think I'm just gonna split off and hit direct. I was gonna come all the way down here, but again, in a little bit of a rush for time, and if I am unable to get through all of those tight turns and curves in time, that'll be excuse me. I think that would be much more disappointing to have have me paused in midair, especially considering I'm using real time, like real live timing and everything. So I don't want to jeopardize or sacrifice that. So anywho, we will head down here and yeah, hopefully get a nice touchdown pretty soon. Until then, we'll get nice and close to the water down here. It's so bright. It's this is one of those kind of interesting phenomena of kind of optical illusions where it's difficult to gauge actually how far you are from the water because of the lighting and the reflection of the water. So should be interesting. Should be interesting indeed. But just thought we'd get a nice close look down here. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of space. We'll here we go. Now we're getting dangerous. Real dangerous. Oh yeah, it's a little bit easier to gauge right now just because I can see the ripples right over the cowling, but man, oh man, intense. All right, so there's supposed to be a plane that's like off to our left. Oh, we're gonna pull up here since we're gonna be changing course. We'll start following our nav heading. Just gonna pop the nose up. Okay, so they're way over there. Okay, so we're okay. Would be fun to land on one of these little banks here. A little disappointed that I'm gonna have to miss that, but all in all, for the best. There's that plane that's above us. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, we are on the speedy path to getting over to our destination. So, how's everyone doing? What has been going on? Anything exciting in life? Good weekends, good weeks? Any fun work stuff, school stuff, play stuff, whatever you find yourself doing these days? Feel free to drop a comment, let me know. Always excited to hear great things going on in other people's lives. Man, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Microsoft flights really something else. And you know, some of the places I've kind of been like, oh, like that's good, but it'd be great if we could get a better, a better maybe implementation of certain textures or certain different things and features. But man, like flying over this right now, absolutely awesome. Not a lot of simulators that give you that kind of quality. So good to see. just gonna maintain here on course. Could technically, I guess, do nav mode. We'll do autopilot. Okay. Yo, you gonna just plow us into the ground? I have my hand on the stick here. I'm very curious where it's gonna try to bring us. And if it really thinks we should be going to 0 feet altitude. So we're just gonna take back over. Pretty sure they trimmed us so far up, which is kind of funny considering the like nosedive that they did. All right, so didn't do altitude select. I was kind of curious what all would occur. So that's altitude. Let's try it again. No. Vertical speed mode. Let's do that. Let's hit the autopilot again. There we go. Shouldn't take much to get us there. I think it was just a matter of not having the altitude. So yeah, there it goes. Just switch from vertical speed to altitude hold, which is awesome. Let's take a little peek at our fuel gauges here. So we have, let's take the lower reading sign, so just over 10, and lower reading side just over 10, so we're evening out a little bit. We're not obviously actually at just over 10 because we were at 5 and 8 respectively, so the left tank had 5, which is what it's at right now. So I hazard a guess we're close to 5 on that tank as well. 9 minutes to our destination. Still got that plane way back there somewhere. Probably can't see him from here. Can't see anyone over above. All right, just swiveling my head like a freaking Chucky doll over here. But yeah, we have the Mississippi on the left. Lots of awesome farmland, and then we have a little bit of a kind of a parallel river that probably ends up going. But as a matter of fact, like if we just pull this up, do they end up bleeding into the same? No, they don't. I mean, yes and no. Not so specifically, but technically, yes. I guess they both bleed into the Gulf. But anywho, anybody doing any great flight sim stuff? Very curious to see and hear. I don't know if I mentioned this previous to me starting the series, but I had actually tried to do some test flights and was getting kind of prepped to start this series, and wanted to fly a lot of originally I was going to do a lot of bush stuff, not so much Alaskan bush type, but like Western United States kind of mountain flying. And when I tried, there were some mountains, but where I had picked, it just was not a naturally good space for that, and probably as a result of me not being from there. But where I have found there to be some good terrain that I think we're definitely going to try to hit. It's going to be a while because it's a long way away. Like, we're not even halfway across the U.S. yet. But where I'd really like to hit is in Sedona. So that's where like the intro flight instructor tutorial stuff is. And what's funny is when I first got this game like a year ago, I did that, and it was fine. I was just trying to get acclimated to the game and honestly try to get my my controller set up because I didn't have the other peripherals. But whenever I was looking, I just went back and kind of revisited it to do some just some testing, a little bit more testing, since I just put the stuff back on. Like my V-joy setup for the rudders and stuff had not been completed, like not been set back up. So when I was doing that, I did some of the tutorial things. I think I did all of the first one that's about cameras and other random stuff. Like, watch this. What a useless feature, right? Like, I don't intend on using that really, but I can apparently fix it. So anyways, when doing that, You fly around Sedona, and man, it was a cool airport, but it was just a cool area. Like, very, I wouldn't say mountainous maybe, but like lots of terrain, which is so cool. And I think their actual airport was on like a plateau. Super neat. I'd love to go fly around there. So I think that's definitely going to be a waypoint that we hit eventually when we get to that side of the states. And I know it's probably been a little bit boring, to be honest, and I'd love some thoughts on this, because I still want to do, in a lot of the ways, I still want to complete this series in the way that we've been going about it right now. But what I am considering is using a different plane. Not because I don't like this one, and I kind of like the idea of, like, you know, this one's been with us. But possibly using another plane, kind of for speed's sake. And what I might do is maybe I do something like, not another series perhaps, but like some bespoke videos specific for that reason, to go enjoy some of the other aircraft and flying in some of the other places where it's not so much of a journey across the whole U.S., where you go with the good and the bad, right? Like, we're going across with the Mississippi, which is cool, but some of it's been a little bit slow. And actually do like, you know, like specific airport to specific airport, and like a King Air. I love the King Air. From what I've read, the model is actually not that good as far as the control scheme on it, like the throttle control scheme on the turboprop. But with the exception of that, yeah, I think it's great. The TBM is great too. I love that. The Cessna Citation CJ4. I have the nice, like, I think it's Aerosoft maybe version of that. Would love to do some flying with that. So I might just do them as separate videos, because this is a little more of a you know, a cross-country, large-scale kind of deal. But let me know your thoughts, because I'm very interested to know, for one, and also see what the opinion is about taking another plane. Now, we could use a bigger, faster plane, or we could just use a different plane from this. You know, I like I think it's a Cherokee G? No, it's a Bonanza G36. That's like a little bit closer to the kind of airplane that I would try to get if I was to get my private pilot's license and then buy a plane. So, sorry, I'm picking the runway that I want to use here. Anyways, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. Just considering that, you know, if we decide that we'd rather do this, or if we'd rather kind of switch it up depending on where we're at, right? Like, if we want to go to a bigger airport, we're going to hit like a DFW. Maybe we land in New Orleans, Nolans. We grab a CJ4, and then we go land at DFW Airport, or Dallas Love Field, or, you know, San Antonio, or I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. It's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Okay, we're just gonna pitch this back down. But yeah, that's what's going on in my head. That's what I'm thinking. I think it would be uber fun. But yeah, I have flown a lot of other aircraft in the sim. Love them all. I think they're, I say love them all. I love pretty much all the ones that I have tried. But I am always open to changing that up. I haven't done the airliners, so I haven't done the A320. I haven't done 787-8. So, or 747-8, whichever one, the Intercontinental deal. I've been on a Dreamliner in real life, but no. So, yeah, let me know. Let me know. All right, we're gonna scope out, and it's 27 is the heading for this deal. So we're gonna actually back power way off to maybe just under 10 on the manifold intake. We're gonna start pitching the nose up since we're killing our power. Okay, come on, pitch that nose up. There we go. Okay, so not too much. All right, that's perfect. That's a nice neutral attitude. And and then we're just gonna bleed in some power to maintain about 70 knots. That's kind of where I want to be at least. And I think we'll actually throw one set of flaps down, and yeah. Let's see, so 27. We're gonna be heading almost perpendicular to where we're at. Not quite perpendicular, but pretty close. And I think I might see where it's at. I think it's over there, that area. So we're gonna keep on keeping on here, trying to maintain that same deal. We're gonna throw another notch of flaps in, and bleed a little more power in. We're actually gonna follow the nav in pretty closely. Typically I do a check pass, like kind of a flyover to make sure we're all set, but given the openness of this area and the you know, the need for me to kind of hop off here, I think I'm gonna get in this nice brown pasture land that looks pretty smooth. All right, here we go. And there's plenty of runway. Plenty of runway. So we're gonna do that right there. We're just gonna bring her on down. We want them to hit right about here. Oh man, that was pretty greasy, I will not lie. There we go. Alright, so we are slowed down pretty well. We're gonna do a quick turn. We're gonna throw that to full rich. And we're gonna go taxi our way out. That was pretty slick. I didn't capture a third. What's going on? Why can't I? Oh, I guess the parking brake accidentally got set. I didn't get a third or like a replay camera, which kind of sucks because that was one of my better landings. But hey, not bad, not too shabby at all. Well, I tell you, the trim was a little bit tough. Early coming in, not towards the end, but you know, we got it worked out. Man, this is a nice place to land. There's so much space. Like the fact that we're having a taxi this far back, sheesh. But you know, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna bump this into another video or if I'm gonna leave it on its own. I'm leaning towards actually leaving it on its own, because we don't have a lot of short cross-country flights. Which it kind of makes sense for what we're doing, but at the same time, like, this would be a good reintroduction. Like, hey, I know it's been a while, don't murder me. So let's see. Okay, thought I might have missed something on my phone over here. Looks like this is gonna be our hangar. Let's just sit up here in the old cockpit. Start slowing down here. All right, we're just gonna. All right, we got the parking brakes set. We're good to go around us. Let's check our fuel because that seems to be something that evades me. Okay, so our right, we definitely drained the right. So we're at about 9 gallons. We're total fuel here, we're at about 22.5% fuel. I think next flight, oh, and what airport are we at? It is surprisingly difficult to keep up with this on the outside. So 2 LS3. Let's actually do one of these. Bloop. Just so it's quiet. Oh, yeah, we have the nice birds chirping. Beautiful. Okay, so it's actually surprisingly hard to keep up with that, the fuel and the locations that we're at when I'm editing these. But I have the info now, so we should be good to go. I think we will leave it here. We're going to cut it, and then next one we're going to actually go get fuel, or I might buckle in like a short fuel run bundle it into this video. That might be a good idea too. So if I don't see you later in this video, then have a great time, great week, great weekend, great whatever you're doing. Do it to the best of your ability. Enjoy yourselves, and then if I continue to see you, well then, I mean, I'm excited for that. So I feel like I really kind of I really led that one up, and then I really let it down. That was the most underwhelming, anticlimactic build-up I could have produced. So, maybe you just tune out now. But if you happen to stick around, we'll see you continuing on now, or we will see you next time. Take it easy. Have a good one. See ya.